A blind man could have seen this one coming. How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about two California Pizza Hut operators who are going to fire all of their delivery drivers. Now, when I say two Pizza Hut operators, I mean the companies that control hundreds of Pizza Hut locations. We are talking about 1,200 thereabout drivers who may be laid off as a result of this measure. Now, why are they doing this? What's going on? What's the reason behind the layoffs? Well, it's very simple. California just passed a bill that raises the wage of the majority of fast food workers to $20 an hour. So this is too much. It's too expensive. So rather than having first-party drivers that are employed by Pizza Hut that may have some protections, they could go up in the company, become a manager, get their own Pizza Hut, perhaps, maybe, potentially. Rather than doing that, the process of delivery will be exported to third party, your Uber Eats, DoorDash, etc. So in the attempt to get employees paid better, in an attempt to not have job loss, in an attempt to rage against the so-called gig economy, all you're doing is making job loss happen, creating fewer employees, and fueling the gig economy. Now, nothing against these apps, Uber Eats, DoorDash, Instacart. I don't use them personally. I'm an old school guy, learned from my dad. I'm the kind of person that will call Pizza Hut and order it, but then go pick it up. I'm that kind of guy. So I don't really use these particular things, but a lot of people do. And you're not going to be able to call the Pizza Huts out there in California and have them deliver it. It'll be a guy in a Toyota Corolla with an Uber Eats sign on the front delivering it to you. That's what's going to happen. Now, I do have a video. Let's get to that. And we're going to learn a little bit more about what's happening. Of course, this video will be in the box. If you're on IG, link in the bio. But without further ado, let's go ahead and roll it.
Delivery drivers with Pizza Hut say they will no longer have a job starting next year. Pizza Hut plans to lay off all of its delivery drivers in California and start using third-party delivery services. Fox 26 reporter Sophia Alessio spoke to an employee who says this is absolutely inhumane and cruel of the company.
Now, let's pause right here. What's going to happen, like you said, they're going to use Uber Eats and DoorDash, etc. When you go to the website to order a pizza, and it'll probably ask you, okay, do you want to do Uber Eats, DoorDash, or whatever? And you got to tip them ahead of time. So try not tipping them and see what happens. You're going to have a whole pizza party and somebody Toyota Corolla with your pizza. You pull up, they pull up with one slice left out of a whole large 15-slice pizza, but I digress.
Sophia?
Monty, Pizza Hut has decided to cut the delivery driver positions permanently because of the rise in minimum wage in California, which would go from $16 an hour to $20 an hour starting in April. One driver tells me that after getting this letter today, less than a week before Christmas, this is going to negatively affect thousands of families across the state.
I feel like it's a big guy picking on the little guy.
6 days before Christmas, Pizza Hut tells its employees many won't have a job starting February 16th.
Now, when you say big guy picking on a little guy, what do you mean? Do you mean Pizza Hut is the big guy and you are the little guy? Or is the big guy the California state government and Pizza Hut is the little guy? I think it's the latter. I think the government is the big guy. Pizza Hut, you, me, everybody else. If you live in California, which I don't live in California, but if you are in California, business, normie, whatever, you are the little guy up under the California government as the big guy.
16th, 2024.
They make billions of dollars easily in profits, and for them not to want to pay their workers a living wage and just to fire them across the board is really not disrespectful, to say the least.
No disrespect, my man. You're a delivery driver. Shout out to everybody that works, whatever kind of job you work. If you are making an honest living, a shout out to you. But once you get higher skills and you learn more, like I had to learn more too. Okay, when I was 18, 19 years old at Old Country Buffet washing dishes, I didn't know the things I know now. But now I understand that the things that he's saying didn't make any sense. I had to become educated as I got older. So hopefully he's able to really understand what's happening on the more, intellectual level as time progresses.
At least.
Yum Brand Inc., which owns Pizza Hut, KFC, Taco Bell, and The Habit Burger Grill, reported it earned $24 billion in digital sales in 2022. But to earn even...
Okay, $24 billion in sales, but what did they spend? How much have they invested? When you're talking about building these particular places, all these restaurants, maintaining them, ordering the food, like what's their profit margin? I'm not sure what the profit margin is on the Pizza Hut, et cetera, but I know, let's say, for example, a Walmart, they have very high sales into the tens or if not hundreds of billions of dollars, but they only have a 3.5% profit margin. And that's a good Walmart location, 3.5 to 4% profit margin. Okay, some of the bad ones might not even turn a profit at all. They might be in the red.
And more money, Pizza Hut has decided to start using third-party drivers like Uber Eats and DoorDash and cut their own loyal workers and drivers out.
Correct, yes. They would rather put profits over people.
Marvin Lopez Rangel tells me he's been working for Pizza Hut for almost 5 years.
When they need you the most is when they want you, but and now it looks like now that they can save, $3, they want to get rid of the driver.
That's not really how it works, man. $3, that's not how it works. But I mean, I've been in his shoes because I was at Old Country for 5 years. From age 17 to 21, 22, I worked at Old Country Buffet. So, but I started there in high school and then through college. And then at a certain point, I had to leave and go forward. I had to keep making advances in my life. That's just what it is. Okay. And once you make advances in your life and you really go beyond where you at right now, you're going to realize that what you're saying is just not the way things work at all. Okay. They want to raise the wages from 16 to 20 an hour. And Pizza Hut has got to pay thousands, 1,200 people all this money. Like, you got to understand. And then taxes on top of that. It's a lot going on. In California, especially, man, forget about it. Payroll tax,
driver, instead of having some compassion and just say, hey, you know what? We will pay you guys the extra $2 or whatever, $3.
When he came to work Tuesday morning, he was handed this letter and an unemployment packet by his district manager, stating a business decision has been made to eliminate the delivery driver position at this location.
In a time right now where we can't really afford to have our wages cut or losing a job, it's really the worst time right now. And right before, a couple days before Christmas.
Lopez Rangel says he makes $15.50 an hour. In April, the minimum wage for fast food employees will increase to $20 an hour.
Let's do a little bit of math here. Now, I'm no mathematician, so please help me out. So let's just do some basic even numbers, no fractions or anything like that. So let's say there's a $5 increase in the wage, right? $5 from the 15 to the 20. Now you got to pay, I think they're talking about 1,000, let's just say it's 1,000 employees that have to get paid that raise from the 15 to the 20. So what's 5 times 1? So that's $5,000 per hour every day. $5,000 per hour every day they got to pay in the increased wages. So let's say in 10 hours, I mean, you're talking about quite a bit of money, and most go every day, 7 days a week, a month, a year, so on. It adds up. Plus the taxes on top of that. It's just a lot going into it.
The part that hurts me the most is not me losing income. It's really the people with families, with a lot of kids and responsibilities that are losing their income and potentially only income.
Now he's just hoping Pizza Hut might change its mind.
I hope Pizza Hut sees this and comes to their senses and says, hey, you know what? We're going to put people before the profits.
I did reach out to Pizza Hut for comment, but I have yet to hear back about this issue. Lopez Rangel does tell me that he did not offer any severance. They didn't offer any severance for employees who will be laid off, and they did only tell them that they can apply for unemployment in February. Monty?
That's how it works. Unemployment, yeah, you can do that. That'd be how it goes, unfortunately. But when you're dealing with fast food, low paid, minimum wage stuff, it is what it is. Oh, and then on top of that, when you're talking about drivers, see, the thing is, the thing about drivers is that they don't really need a big wage because they're getting tips. That's the thing. So, okay, you're getting your 15 an hour plus tips. See, people that talking about raising the minimum wages don't really understand that. When you want wait staff and drivers, people that rely on tips to get raises, you're going to end up making them get less money. Because with Uber Eats, as I close, with Uber Eats and DoorDash, they don't have an hourly wage. All they have is what they get from the app, like the delivery fee, which ain't that much, and maybe a tip. Maybe. Even if you get stiffed working at Pizza Hut from a person that you deliver pizza to, you still get your hourly wage. But that's gone because you got people that make these dumb decisions. Like, I put it to you this way as I close. I bet you the guy who is now fired and lost his job that they interviewed, I bet he'd rather have his job at the $15.50 plus tips instead of no job at the 20, and now he's got to go do Uber Eats or DoorDash with everybody else in that crowded field. I bet he would want his job back. But hey, what's more important? Having a job you like and you make a nice little bit of money, or satisfying some person that lives far away, San Francisco, Sacramento, satisfying them so you can make $4 more an hour on the wage, although that's not your chief source of income. You get more money from the tips. I think I'll leave that right there for now. And what say you? What's your thought process on this whole thing? Do you think that these workers deserve to get the $3-4 more an hour, even if it costs their job? Is Pizza Hut wrong for trying to save money like any responsible business would? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments below. You guys know where I'm at. This is the fault of the government and the fault of those who advocated for this, because this is obvious. It was going to happen. When you artificially raise wages, you're going to have job loss and you're going to have the price of things increase, the goods, services, or whatever. These things are going to increase to pay for the newly higher wages. That's how it goes. It's very simple. People can talk about whatever they want to talk about. They can say, oh, this ain't right, and they should do X, Y, and Z. Well, shoulda, coulda, woulda. I mean, so what? At the end of the day, it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Whatever your thoughts are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.